This podcast represents the opinions of the hosts of the Laugh Cry Club and guests on the show. The content here should not be taken as medical advice and is for informational purposes only. And because each person is so unique, please consult your healthcare professional for any medical questions. While we make every effort to ensure that the information we share is accurate, we welcome any comments, suggestions, or correction of errors. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Laugh Cry Club. I'm Joy.
I'm Rebecca, and if you're an imperfect human, this is the place for you.
If you're perfect, we welcome you too, but we kind of wonder if you'll understand what we're going through.
Yeah. Well, we'd probably say like, are you questioning
you might need therapy
because we are therapists, right? Yeah. Well, welcome everybody.
Yes, we are here without our favorite person, Chelsea. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah. But as a reminder, we are 3 licensed therapists doing this. It's almost been a year. Can you believe it?
This is so exciting.
So we are 3 licensed therapists who started this podcast because we just felt the need to normalize therapy, normalize feelings, normalize all the things that we're going through, because this is the unified human experience of the ups and downs. Or some days you're laughing, some days you're crying, and sometimes, most of the time, you're doing both at the same time. So we always start our episodes with a laugh and a cry and a topic of the week, but because Chelsea's not here and we'll give an update on that, we're just going to check in briefly today, myself and Rebecca, and go from there. Do you want to do your laugh and cry first?
Yeah. Goodness. My laugh. My dog Oliver, my sweet Oliver. I think some of you have seen pictures of Oliver on our Instagram.
So cute.
He has started a new behavior. He's like 12 years old, but he looks really young still because
he's all white. Yeah, so you can't see his gray hair. Yeah,
none.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just keep getting younger. I used to say like he was in kindergarten because he was so little compared to my other dogs. I'm like, oh, you're in kindergarten.
He's
like
so
at this
cute.
point, he's totally graduated. But
yeah.
So this new behavior is he likes to go to the bathrooms and grab the toilet paper and run with it. And so once I came home and there was toilet paper through the hallway, just like pulled from the half bath all the way through. And I'm like, what? Who did this? Like, this is strange.
Yeah.
And then we caught him. We were watching TV and he went down the hallway. And all the next thing we know, he's trotting down the hallway, pulling toilet paper with him. I've caught him in our bathroom doing it too. I don't know. It's just a new thing. Like he loves pulling the toilet paper off. It's so like a puppy thing, right?
It's
or like
a
cat
puppy thing or a cat thing. And I wonder, thinking about Marianne, our animal communicator friend that we had on, I almost wonder like what she would say about it. But do you have any do you have any instinct or like intuition of like what he is trying to say?
I don't know. I'm thinking like it could be a negative behavior. I think some people would be like, this is a negative behavior. It's not really bothering me because he's not like doing this every single time.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Does he have like this mischievous streak where he's kind of like, ha, 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 ha? Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing it for attention or to be playful. It's just kind of out of the blue. And we've always joked because we say he's a koshka, which is cat in Russian, because he is cat-like, but he's definitely a dog. And then when Marianne did a reading for us, like the other 2 dogs are like, what is all of it? They act like he's an alien. Like he's not really dog-like to them. They're like, they don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, maybe he's feeling his catness.
Yeah, that's so cute.
But it's so
he's
funny.
In his cat era. Is he listening to Taylor Swift too?
Well, his mom has been, but
maybe he's just channeling some Tay-Tay. I mean, it's okay. I'm in support of this.
So yeah, that's my laugh because he started this new behavior with the toilet paper. And
that's a really funny visual. I just have to say, I find videos of dogs doing mischievous things so funny. Like if they ate something and the owner's like, "Did you eat this?" and they're looking at them like they give the face of, "I don't know what you're talking about." Dogs are just the funniest creatures.
They are. My cry is, my heart's with Chelsea and her family, and that has been my cry. So definitely holding the bucket, but also feeling what's inside of it. And it's been really hard. Joy, how about you?
Well, my mom had knee surgery on Monday. She had a knee replacement. This was the epitome of a laugh cry. So this all goes together. The surgery was very close to my house, the surgery center. So they drove out the night before, stayed the night, had the surgery. My mom was like convinced that they were going to go home the same day. Like, she's very stubborn. And I'm like, well, we're going to see how this goes. Yeah. She's like, we can just drive home that night. I think she was trying to be very mindful that we have dogs and she doesn't want them to bump up against her. And I assured her, I'm like, I will quarantine the dogs. Anyway, I was like, you're going to stay with us. Like, there's just no question. I have to have eyes on you at least for a couple of days to see if you're doing okay. This is a major surgery. Mm-hmm. So she comes out of recovery and we had to sit there a couple hours because she had a really, really, really strong reaction to the anesthesia. She's a tiny little woman. I think she's had maybe one surgery in her life. Like, she never has had surgery. So coming out of anesthesia was really hard for her. They won't let you go to the bathroom, or they won't let you leave until you go to the bathroom, until you pee. They need to make sure your bowel's full, your bladder is moving. And so we had to sit there a couple hours. But the second they got her, like, she was doing okay, but the second they got her dressed and like in the wheelchair, she was getting super nauseous. And I think it was because the IV was giving her some Zofran and like giving her some medications to keep her from getting sick and getting nauseous. Yeah. So we finally get her home. And she was such a trooper, but I could see how hard she was trying to just like keep it together. Part of me is like, I really wish that these surgery centers wouldn't just like push people out the door. But I do understand that they have to get them home and they like want them to recover at home. Mm-hmm. But part of me was like, can you just like give her another 5 hours to just like walk this off, or like have this wear off, or like, so she's walk it off. And so like, I just wanted it to wear off so bad. But anyway, so they're like putting her in the car, like they're getting her home. We have like I'm not going to get graphic, so no queasiness because I don't like talking about vomit, but I have like the vomit bags and whatever. And we make it home, we pull in the driveway, and there's a ton of construction going on in our neighborhood right now. Like, a lot of the city is doing like some redoing of the sidewalks. So there's all these trucks in our cul-de-sac. And we pull up and she is green as Kermit. She is so green. Oh. And she's like going from like green to white. And I'm like, oh no, she's going to lose it. And so I'm like, Mom, just stay in the car if you need to. Stay in the car. She is just so out of it. You could see her, like when you're trying so hard not to vomit. Oh yeah. Like, that is what she was trying to do.
It's like, get it together. Yes, like, you're trying to center yourself. Like, don't do it. Don't think about it. Don't think. Yeah.
Trying so hard. And I could just see her fighting it. And I gave her the vomit bag and she loses it, of course. And so she does, she loses her stomach. And I felt in that moment, I just wanted to cry because I was like, I'd never seen her. Like, I remember her getting sick like a little bit when we were little, but I've never seen her in like that vulnerable of a situation. We look over and there's a guy with like a, whatchamacallit, like those bulldozers. It's like a mini one. It's not like whatever. He's like bulldozing some rocks like right across from us. And my mom's like, I'm so sorry he has to see this. Because she's sitting in the passenger seat, kind of like facing out, almost like she's going to get out of the car. But she's just sitting, out, the doors open, whatever, and we're just standing around the car while this bulldozer, they're like eye to eye, right? And she's looking at him and he's looking at her, and she's like, oh no, I feel so bad that this guy had to see that. And my mom's like such a sensitive, sweet lady that the next day, and flash forward, she recovered. It was a rough afternoon. Like, she did get sick a few more times, but like by the evening she was feeling much better. But the next day when she woke up, she's like, I really wish I could find that guy and apologize that he had to see that. I'm like, Mom, it's fine. Like, he clearly understood. It was obvious there was a walker next to the door. Like, he probably put two and two together that there was something going on here. But it was just like one of those moments where I was crying so much for her in my brain because I'm like, she is in so much pain and so uncomfortable. And she's doing phenomenal. A few days later, it's only been a few days after her surgery, she's already taking steps without pain. She doesn't really need her walker. She started PT. So like all that's wonderful. But it was just one of those moments where my heart was just like, oh, I'm so sorry, Mom. You have to go through this.
Yeah.
That feeling is so the worst.
It is, yeah. It's so hard seeing like people that you love like come out of like anesthesia, and it's like it just affects people differently. And like I think a lot of people do get sick.
Yes,
so it's
yeah.
like, yeah. And then like depending on your surgery, they might not want you to vomit because it's so forceful.
Yes.
Oh, your poor mom. I'm glad that she's doing better.
Yeah, she's doing a lot better. So thankfully, but that has been my laugh cry of the week, is just like really, I was very anxious about her and like this surgery just because I worry about her. So let's just check in briefly and give an update on Chelsea, our amazing, wonderful ray of sunshine.
Yes.
The sad update that she is okay with us sharing is that, well, first of all, she just wants to thank everybody for the support and just kind of being along with this journey as we've shared what we can share and what she can share. So he has decided to move into palliative care hospice, and they wanted to do it at home, but because he's of his acute situation, they are in the hospital, and everyone is there to kind of help him with the transition. But I just have been thinking so much about her and how hard they've been fighting this for the past 3 years, and then just to get to this point of for Steve to make that decision, I know probably was, she used the word brave. And I mean, she's such a beautiful writer. I always think about the things that she writes on her Substack of like how making these brave decisions together and the moments that they've shared together. And I know this is something that they've decided, he's decided with her support, and, he was fighting. And I think this is his time to be like, this is actually what I really need to do. And how hard of a decision that is for their family.
Yeah. It's a decision that none of us wanted to happen. And that has to be probably the hardest decision to make. And, they've been on my mind this whole week, and will continue to be on my mind. And Chelsea just really wanted to thank all of our listeners and for all the support, because they're feeling it. The whole family is feeling it, the support, and said that, Steve and Chelsea used to listen to the Laugh Cry Club when they would travel to chemo, and they would just laugh and loved it. And so really, really appreciative of everyone holding space for them. So, and please continue to do so. They definitely will need it.
I've just been reflecting so much on how wonderful this podcast has been to even have these conversations, because even from the beginning, thinking about the emotions that we have. I was on a walk this morning, and I was just thinking of like how these extreme moments kind of bring you to grounding and centering, and that we all are a part of that. Everyone, this is the common unified human experience. And while none of us want this for any of our loved ones, we all will experience it, have experienced it at some point in our lives. Just to be able to witness that, to be a friend to someone who is so loving, so kind, and so open. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to witness. I hate this for their family. I wish they weren't dealing with this, and it's a beautiful thing to witness because it really strips everything down to love. And Chelsea has said this a few times, which is like, I know she said this last week on the podcast, like to see how much love is around you, and just that yin and yang of what a difficult thing you're going through. But on the flip side of that, to witness how much love is there for you is just so amazing.
It is. I just keep going back and thinking about just, kind of what you're saying, Joy. Like when I think of Chelsea, I think of Chelsea is the person that I want in my corner. And if I need somebody to hold space, that's who I want, because she's always going to be in your corner. Yeah. Like, gosh, just watching her and her spirit, and she's just love and light, really. And it's in a way, as a friend, it's a gift to be able to see, share in what she can offer people. And, I was reading something about like caring for people. They were kind of talking about like a coin, and that a coin, like we all have coins and they hold a certain value to us. And like some of us will just throw them away, give them away. Some of us hold on to coins for dear life, or we put them in a wishing well, or we make decisions by flipping coins all the time. Like it's a yes or a no. And so
that's funny. I never thought of that. Yeah, we do. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Or
we
wishing
do.
well. Yes. Or flipping coins, heads or tails. I mean, the freaking Super Bowl goes off of that.
You call it heads or tails.
Yeah.
And it's like, and when it comes to talking about like the emotional weight of like caring for something, if you think of a coin and then like caring for other people, like sometimes you may feel spent. Like I know there are times for Chelsea through this where it's been very draining for her. But what she always does, and this is where I think we can all learn from Chelsea, is that she always takes that coin and looks at it when it feels spent and she flips it over and she finds the other side. Which the other side is where you continue to care for people. And that's where the gift is. Because when we continue to care and give and hold space for people, that just continues to build, like universally. And so the moment we like retreat and try to keep it for ourselves, which Chelsea never does that. She never holds on for herself in a mindset of scarcity. She's always giving. Like that always leads to abundance. And I think that's just a real lesson that we can actually learn from our dear friend.
I've been so amazed at how, to your point, she does show up in the ways of flipping it to a place of gratitude. And she's shared this, over the weeks about with this journey where she's like, I'm pissed. And even I know Steve has had such a hand in being like, one day when she was losing it, where he's like, you need to go for a walk. I feel like I just did a Chelsea voice there. I love when she's like,
you did. You leaned in and lowered it. Yep.
I love when she goes, well, you need to go for a walk. And I know that their relationship has probably had many of those moments where they've balanced each other out that way, where it's okay to lose your shit. It's okay to get upset. And I mean, for crying out loud, they've been in this hospital for over 65 days, pushing 70 days now. And she's wanted to lose her shit so many times. And she's drawn such amazing boundaries with herself of what she will tolerate and what she won't tolerate, which is such a wonderful act of self-care. She's not apologetic for what she wants, for what she needs. Being able to then say, I'm going to take what I can in this moment and do a yoga stretch, do some deep breathing, do my Gaia app. That sweet video of them she just posted this morning of like them brushing their teeth together, where she's like, we're going to brush our teeth together, is just such again, it like brings it back to just these simple moments that make such a difference in your spirit and is so profoundly impactful on me, speaking for myself, of being able, like I said, I was on a walk this morning just looking around at everything, and like everything felt so alive. And wow, what if we all just sat? I know it's hard to live in that space every moment of the day, but even if you can take a minute to sit and be just so aware of your surroundings. And I was looking at the birds flying around and thinking of like how we're all so connected. Like we are all connected on every single level, like these little birdies flying around and the dogs running around and the wind blowing and the birds flying in the air, catching the wind pockets and like coasting in the air. I was just so aware of everything around me. That is the gift that she gives to us, is in these moments. And I know that she would probably turn around and be like, you guys would do the same thing. But it's like,
oh yeah, she would say that.
She's like, you guys would do the same thing.
Like, guys, you do the same thing.
Well, she'd say, can I give a tip and trick? But it's true. You don't just get there. You don't just get there overnight. And that's just been, I think to sum it up, it's like, that is just her heart. And that's something that she's worked so hard for over her lifetime to get to that point. And that she's a helper to others in that way is just so amazing. And I know her kids are amazing beings because of the love her and Steve share, they have just been on my mind 24/7. So the reality is Steve doesn't have much time left at all, and they're leaning into, kind of to use her words, leaning into the transition, which is such a beautiful way of saying it. And that is fucking hard.
There's nothing else. It's fucking hard. What else there's nothing else to say about it. It's, we all go through these moments, and if we haven't, we will have a moment, right? We will have these hard moments in our lives where things really change for us. And, again, it's like, how do we show up to that?
Yeah.
Do we...
Right.
Do we it's like, talk about flow, like when you're talking
Yeah.
about the birds and everything kind of interacting. Do we just kind of like, because I think when we're going through life, we're kind of resisting in a way, like swimming upstream a lot.
Oh, for sure.
But then if you just like get to a place of acceptance and you just relax and then you turn and you float with the current,
Yeah.
it's like it can still be painful, but it will have a sense of ease in a way. Because you're not resisting any longer. And you will find that the universe supports you in that process. Just like, I'm thinking about when they talk about, like, if you fall out of a whitewater raft, like, turn, put your feet out, and just float, let it go.
Yeah.
And it's like, because that is the process.
Yeah. And I think about what you just said around, like, even for, okay, like, speaking up from our experiences of being someone who's supporting someone going through this. And I've heard Brene Brown talk about this a lot. Because we're therapists, we're so aware and comfortable with hard situations. I know not everyone is comfortable with hard situations, or I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm afraid I'm going to do the wrong thing. I'm going to, all of that over analyzing. But you don't have to have all the answers. You can say something as simple as, I'm thinking of you. You can do something as simple as, like, I remember when I was talking about my friend Kim, who dropped off like bread and my favorite candles. And when I was going through that hard time after we moved, just like that, she probably thought nothing of it. And it was a life changer for me, where I was like, I needed someone so badly in that moment. So not overthinking it, sending someone a sweet text or thinking of them. I think the hardest part when someone is going through a hard time is that when they don't hear from people, because the fear of not knowing what to say and doing something wrong cannot be greater. You cannot let that win. You have to be willing to say something stupid and be like, I don't know what to say. I may say something stupid, but I just want you to know I'm here for you. So these are the moments where I think people can show up for one another better.
Yeah. All you have to do is say, I want to show up for you. I'm not sure how or what you need or what is the right thing, but
I'm going to try.
I'm going to try, and I am here. That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say.
That's all you have to say.
I was thinking back about like this coin thing that came up that I was reading, and it's like, how about we circulate coins all the time? We use them. A lot of us are not.
I know. I was like, are you still
cards.
using coins?
I have a coin right here.
I have a coin.
Because it's making me be very mindful and think
that's
about
so
this.
cute.
Like,
okay,
I can just flip it. Like, it's that easy, right?
Yeah.
If I'm just like, I'm a visual person, but
you're so cute. You're like a little man walking down the street with just flipping a coin in his hand.
Yeah. I wish I could do a trick, but if I'm the person that if I see a penny on the street, I pick it up.
I do too. I like to look at this. I
all
like
day
to look
long,
at
I'll
the
have
year.
good luck.
Yeah,
I do too.
See a penny, pick it up.
I always pick it up.
Look at the year, because I like to think it's like a sign from the fairies. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it's just so transactional. Like, people will throw coins away. How many times have you gone to clean your car out and you vacuum them up?
Yeah. Yeah.
But this could be somebody's life, these are like, people hang on to these things. And so it does mean something. And it's like, let's circulate. If you think about it, like care and hope and love, let's continue to circulate. Let's put it out there. Let's spend it. And then what happens is, it just multiplies in the universe. And I think that's one thing that I have learned from Chelsea is to always put it out there and keep going. When it's bad or it sucks, flip the coin. There's always another side to it. And she has taught me that. And so, let's lean into that right now. I think, Chelsea and her family definitely needs it, but there's all kinds of other people that need it. And we ourselves need it.
Yeah.
Everybody does. So let's just love, compassion, kindness. Let's put it out into the universe.
So that's our lesson for the week. Not only are we thinking of you, Chelsea, and Steve and giving hugs to your family, but taking a page out of your playbook. And I'd love to hear what other people are doing right now to flip it and think about your current circumstance and maybe how you can do it. And I'm not saying like go from A to Z, but think about what Chelsea has done where she's like, my priority is that I'm showering and I'm putting on perfume. Like that is what I'm doing. Instead of being like, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, I'm just going to go into the hospital. Like that to her is an act of self-love. And also just to say, I am here, I'm showing up. I feel like that is such a flippant moment. Flip it, not flippant. I want to make sure I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Flip it. That I'd love to see what other people are doing in their lives to show up for themselves and show up for others, and to just even think of the smallest things that you're doing throughout the day and make it meaningful, bringing more awareness, and just see what happens. So we will check in. We'll continue to check in with you. As always, we would love it if you wrote a review. I haven't seen many reviews recently, so I'd love to know what you are thinking of the podcast now. 5 stars really do us
a great favor
because it helps us grow the show in the millions of podcasts out there. But if you want to share it with a friend, please leave us a rating and review if you haven't already. You can follow us on Instagram at Laugh Cry Club and email us laughcryclub@gmail.com if you want to share any thoughts or anything that you've experienced from these podcasts. We really it kind of keeps the wind in our sails, so to speak, of like keeping us going. So really appreciate that if you can take a moment. If you aren't in a place to sit down and type an email, you can send us a voice memo. Just record a quick voice memo on your phone and email it to laughcryclub@gmail.com and we can feature that on the show. Anything else?
No, just thanks for being here, everybody. We really appreciate you. And I know Chelsea really appreciates all the listeners and all the kind words and support.
I feel like Chelsea would want to end this by doing like a song on Flip It. She'd be like, flip it good.
She probably would. Yeah, that's actually a song. Oh, whip it. It's not flip it.
Yeah. But we're going to say flip it good.
Everybody go get your coins. I'm telling you. I haven't held a coin in a long time, and actually,
I'm going to go do that right now. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah.
All right. Love you, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.